Hi everyone, welcome to Board of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie and this is a couple of Clan Wars videos sent to me from my old mate Thaddeus, who's an MI6 clan, and they're doing Tier 8 Clan Wars. By the looks of things, they're on Airfield and they're fighting against 2PM. Of course, 2PM are a relatively new clan, but we all know, anyone who follows Clan Wars and all the shenanigans that happen on Clan Wars will possibly know that 2PM are generally made up of players that used to be in a clan called 5AE, and I believe that clan was disbanded for bending the rules, if you like, in clan wars and campaigns, and that's probably a pretty kind summary of what they did. In this replay, MI6 up against 2PM. As I said, this is going to be a double shot of Tier 8 Clan Wars on the Airfield map, and they're up against 2PM. You can see that MI6 have gone with a pretty heavy lineup. 3 T-32s, the American heavy tank, very popular in Clan Wars. A couple of Emils with a 4-shot autoloader, and that's what Thaddeus is driving. He's got APCR loaded, which there's two kinds of APCR in the Emil. 320 average damage for both of them, and 242 pen for the premium rounds, and 217 for standard. Of course, they're both APCR, which could make things a little bit confusing, but no penalty for shooting at spaced armour, of course, with APCR, whereas the heat's a high chance of not penetrating spaced armour and tracks. At the moment, not many spotted yet, just the RU-251 and Hell Nightmare on 2PM's side. Looks like he might have put a little bit of damage into somebody, which would indicate that it's artillery, because it looks like he put a bit of damage into Badco in his T-32. Looking at the mini-map, most of the heavy tanks in the same place that heavy tanks go in puppy battles, in the middle of the map, but one Emil and a T-54 lightweight kicking back more towards the southern side. Olive Oil and his T-54 lightweight going with the heavy tanks, just trying to get a bit of vision, I'm tipping, on these enemy tanks. Not much spotted at the moment, so the MI6 lads doing the right thing and not getting too aggressive until they know what they're up against. But it looks like 2PM have bought a pretty heavy lineup as well. IS-3s, as Thaddeus starts unloading his clip into that Tier 8 Russian heavy tank. One more shot will do the job, and he picks up the first kill of the game with 1,072 damage into that IS-3. But unlucky for Outcast, who gets taken out of the Defender. Of course, the Defenders seem to be getting a bit of a run in Tier 8 Clan Wars, as well as obviously platoons and strongholds. They're pretty heavily armoured heavy tank. Thaddeus letting his teammates know that he's reloading by hitting the F8 key, which is the right thing to do when you're in an autoloader. 1-1 the score now. Thaddeus on 1,072 hit points of damage, and they've still got one or two tanks unspotted. That tank that did some unspotted damage earlier turned out not to be a artillery piece. He's been lit. As Thaddeus looking at those IS-3s that are pretty well held down. Bit of pinging on the map towards that ISU 152. Of course, nobody wants to get hit by that big Russian derp gun. With the score on 2-1. Dead Rabbits picks up a kill, getting rid of that RU-251, the German light tank. Thaddeus shooting towards the IS-3, but that IS-3 is in a pretty good hull down position, as Olive Oil picks up a kill, getting rid of one of the other light tanks on the enemy side. 3-1 the score now. Dead Rabbits, Olive Oil and Thaddeus all got a kill each, and Thaddeus would love to fire those two clips out and then pull back for a reload. He's on full health, and look at that, the IS-3 offers his side, but he'll be gutted that he's only had 2 shots to fire. The first one didn't do too much at all. The second one went through and brought that Russian heavy tank down to a more manageable level. Looking at the positioning of MI6 tanks, you can see that, well, the Emil and the 2 lights, it looks like they're heading for the cap. They're going to try and put a bit of cap pressure on the 2PM side and maybe look for whatever other tank may be unspotted down in the corner. And because these heavy tanks in the middle are pretty well dug in, and some of the MI6 lads are taking a little bit of damage as Thaddeus lines up another IS-3 with his big Swedish autoloader. The IS-3 pulls back, but now he pulls forward again, giving Thaddeus a free shot into the lower plate, and eventually the kill shot picks up his second kill in the Emil 1. And I think 1000 dude got taken out. Stovey got taken out. and a bit of good-natured comments in the chat. And in the end, they cap it out. I thought they were going to kill them all, but they didn't. They capped it out with the score on 4 apiece, and a pretty convincing win from MI6 against 2 PM. As we have a very quick look at the post-game battle results before we bring up the next battle, you can see a pretty good spread of damage there. Thaddeus picking up 2,346 and 2 kills, topping the score charts. Badco picked up 1,500, Stovey 1,400, Cat's 1,100 in his Scorpion, and a few others. Looks like the 2 PM guys fired pretty well to get rid of those tanks at the start of the game, but in the end they were too far from the cap to go back to reset. Looks like all of those tanks were in the centre of the map apart from that ISU, and they had no chance of going back for the reset. And MI6 did the right thing and pounced on it and capped it out for the win. As we move on to our second game of this double shot of Tier 8 Clan Wars action, again featuring MI6. This time they're up against LANCR, and they're starting on the same side, and this time Thaddeus is running around in his T54 lightweight, which he absolutely loves. Very handy tank in Clan Wars. You can see he's got APCR loaded. He hasn't got any standard shells loaded at all. That tells me probably pretty much uses this tank only for Clan Wars. Standard shells, 250 average damage, 175 penetration, 235 penetration with APCR, which is the premium rounds. He's also got 11 high explosive rounds left. Probably pretty handy if you're trying to reset a cap or blow the head off an enemy artillery. Going for a little bit of a different strategy here in this game. This time they're up against LANCR. LANCR are very, very active Aussie clan. I believe they're all Australians, or just about all Australians. Maybe a few Kiwis. We like to keep it. Clans like to keep a token Kiwi around every now and then. Somebody spots Memphis. Memphis used to be an MI6. Now he's gone to LANCR, and he gets spotted in his T54 lightweight in the southern central part of the map as all those heavy tanks start trundling along towards the place where the heavy tanks usually do their business. 2 light tanks being spotted on the enemy side, and of course, again, same as earlier. One of the T54s is sitting here, which that's Olive Oil. He was in that same position in the last game. So looking for a bit of vision. From there you can probably spot these guys. And this T54 lightweight down here, which will be Dead Rabbits, he'll be spotting that area as well. Looks like LANCR are camping a little bit with an Emil 1 spotted at their base. No artillery, 1 artillery in this game. Sorry, damn the world. It is Lorraine 15551, the Tier 8 French fast-firing, reasonably fast-firing artillery. MI6 just taking their time now, looking for a little bit of vision on the enemy team. Thaddeus has got his binoculars and food in his T54 lightweight, opting for food instead of an automatic fire extinguisher, which is a common thing to do with a lot of tanks, especially autoloaders and light tanks for vision. If you're going to try and win the vision game, every little bit helps. Tipping his, as you can see, he's also got binoculars. He's probably got ventilation and whatever else. The crew skills that help out with vision, recon, and things like that. That's just speculation. Bit of a camp fest at the moment. The MI6 heavies have moved up to the middle of the bat. Bit of pinging going on. That probably tells me that Thaddeus might be calling this. He used to call every now and then when I was in a clan with him some time ago, and get some vision on that enemy RU251. Chooses not to shoot. Really doesn't want to be exposed out there where he is. They don't know what else is around. If there's a couple of tanks there, like a couple of Scorpions or tank destroyers or any heavy hitting gun, they would wipe him out instantly if he fired and was spotted. So showing great restraint, not putting a shell into the Tier 8 German light tank, but choosing to, I'm tipping, just to try and bomb the shit out of these enemy tanks early on. 0 all the score now. It doesn't look like anyone's done any damage yet. Nobody's taken any damage. Looking at those allied tanks, nobody's taken any damage. That T54 lightweight looks like he's taken about 800, 700 damage, possibly from artillery. And when you're running an artillery in a Clan Wars game, it often is good to try and make the game go for as long as you can. That means the artillery can put as many shells as he can into the enemy side. Thaddeus moving forward now, trying to outvision that RU-251 again, as well as whatever else might be up there. And Emil 1 gets spotted. That's the same Emil 1 who was last spotted on the cap circle, and you can see that Emil 1's down to 600 health, which tells me that artillery's probably put a nice shot into there. Thaddeus can't help himself now. He tries to put a shot into the side of the Swedish auto-loading heavy tank, but he does get lit. He is a fair way forward, considering that these tanks are probably not in a position to support Thaddeus should he get lit. The Scorpion G, of course, is, and he'll be hoping that Scorpion G can put some damage into that Swedish heavy tank. 0-all still the score. The fact that Thaddeus has not yet got any spotting damage tells me that nobody actually hit that Emil 1 or the RU-251 that he lit. Of course, these heavy tanks wouldn't be in a position to hit anything up here. The only thing in the position to hit the tanks that were up here would be the Scorpion G, possibly, and of course artillery. So providing they weren't right up against those buildings. Looking like Lancers might be camping this one out. I don't think they're the landowners. From memory, the landowners start from the east. I think that's base 1. And of course, Thaddeus and the lads from MI6 really trying to win this vision game. But at the moment, they've only spotted 3 tanks. The Emil 1, the RU-251 and the T-54 lightweight. Still 7 tanks left to find out where they are. You'd imagine that some of these heavies, or definitely this T-54 lightweight driven by Olive Oil in the middle, would light up any heavy tanks that might be up here. So Thaddeus thinks it's probably safe to go up here because there's no enemy tanks spotted in that central heavy, a place where the heavies normally do their business. Thaddeus a long way forward now, really trying to get vision on these enemy tanks, find out where they are, what they are, if they're all heavies. Looks like Lancer doing a bit of a camp here, which is pretty unusual, I think, for Lancers. I don't think I've ever seen them have a big camp, unless maybe they're short. Or maybe they're trying to make their artillery do as much work as possible as well. 8.5 minutes left on the timer, which is plenty of time to clean up 10 tier 8 tanks. Bit of piggy going on. Thaddeus probably can't go too much, pardon me, can't go too further forward. He just won't have any support. Looks like the defenders are starting to move forward. Of course, that Object 252U is also a defender, so MI6 running with 4 defender tanks. The Scorpion G, 3 lights, and Emil 1, which we saw in the first replay, we saw Thaddeus do quite well at in the Emil 1, and of course the French artillery. That RU gets lit again. Looks like that RU did take, might have taken a little bit of splash damage, looking at the health pool of the German light tank. Thaddeus still pinging away. Clearly discussing tactics, working out what to do with his heavy tanks. There's one thing for sure, Lancer won't be capping them out. They've got vision in the south with this T-54 lightweight and plenty of heavies blocking the way, so they're not going to do a big push through the guts, and it looks like Thaddeus moving to form up with his heavy tanks and try to make something happen on the northwest part of the map. And that's what he's doing. He's pinging where that Emil was last spotted. You'd imagine that Emil would be fully loaded by the time he gets there. Of course, that Emil, I don't even know if he's fired a shot yet, but there we go. They've found where the camp is. All these heavy tanks. Have a look at them. 3 of the new VK100 01Ps. That's a tank that I really want to buy, but I have to unlock it again, which is going to be a challenge. And of course, artillery will be licking his lips at all those heavy tanks sitting next to each other. 6 heavy tanks There's still 1 or 2 tanks left to spot, possibly artillery. Emil is no longer lit, but those 2 IS-3s and 3 German VK100 01Ps all lit together. Damn the world, we'll be saying, "You beauty." Look at those big German targets. All for me. You'll be saying, "You beauty." I'm going to rock this shit. It'll be interesting to see how he goes in the post-game battle results as Thaddeus auto-aims on the Emil. One puts a shot into him. Looks like Olive Oil did the same. And that Emil 1 backing right off. He's on his side. Oh, sorry about that. No hard feelings. I'll take it though for the first kill of the game. The Emil 1 on his side. That's absolutely awesome. We love it when things like that happen. But anyway, 2 zips to score now with Thaddeus and Olive Oil picking up a kill each. Badco picks up a kill on the RU-251. And now Thaddeus wants to be careful here. He's fighting this heavily armoured German tank frontally. Shoots and misses with that shot. Auto aims and loses his ammo rack in the lightly armoured Russian tank. And now that lightly armoured Russian tank. But the German heavy needs to make a decision. Who's he going to aim for? He's going to aim for Thaddeus or Olive Oil. And of course, while he's aiming at Thaddeus, Olive Oil can shoot with impunity, as can the other T-54 lightweight Dead Rabbits. And Thaddeus getting himself into a nice position here, just using this rock as a bit of cover and taking advantage of these tanks as they shoot. He knows he's probably going to be able to get 2 shots in. He bounces a shot from that VK100 01P, and with the score on 7-1, it's just a formality now to get rid of the last remaining tanks. Is that it? That's all the tanks that was spotted. And yes, it is. They went in short as well. But a pretty convincing win there from MI6. That's why they were camping Lancers. Lancers not known for their camping, but I guess if they're short, there's not much you can do. Good spread of damage from the MI6 lads on Airfield. Lancers unfortunately went in too short. And look, the VK certainly did okay. Well, 2 of them did. But a very good couple of replays on Airfield. MI6 versus 2PM and Lancer. Tier 8 Clan Wars on Airfield. Thanks for the replays, Thad. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care and see you all next time.